Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Mighty Mosh, your guide through the enchanted world of music. Here, we delve into the depth of melodies, explore the rhythm of beats, and journey through the evolution of music genres. From the tribal drum beats echoing through the wilderness, to the soulful tunes of the blues, from the classical symphonies of Mozart, to the electrifying rock and roll of Elvis Presley, and from the catchy pop tunes to the genre-bending mashups of today, we cover it all. And it's not just about listening, it's about understanding, appreciating, and immersing ourselves in the rich tapestry of sound that is music. So if you're as fascinated by music as I am and want to explore its roots, its evolution, and its impact on our world, then you've come to the right place. Buckle up, as we're about to embark on a journey through time, exploring the genesis and evolution of music genres. Let's dive in and let the music play. Have you ever pondered how music genres have evolved over time to form the symphony we enjoy today? Music, like language, has been an essential part of human culture for thousands of years. Its origins can be traced back to the dawn of civilization, where tribal rhythms and folk melodies served as the backbone of communal gatherings and rituals. The rhythmic drumming of tribal music and the poignant tales told through folk songs laid the groundwork for the diverse array of music genres we have today. Music genres are a fascinating concept, aren't they? They're like an auditory fingerprint, each with its distinct tone, rhythm, and narrative. They've evolved over centuries, shaped by social, cultural, and technological shifts. Let's embark on a journey through time and explore the genesis of these genres. The first significant shift from tribal and folk music came with the advent of classical music. This genre, which emerged during the Western art music tradition, marked a departure from the simple, repetitive rhythms of tribal music. It introduced complex arrangements and a broader range of instruments, setting the stage for the sophisticated musical structures we appreciate today. The birth of blues in the late 19th century marked another pivotal moment in our musical journey. Born from the African American communities in the southern United States, the blues encapsulated the raw human emotions of sorrow, yearning, and hope. This genre's soulful melodies and poignant storytelling remain a significant influence on contemporary music. Then came jazz, a genre that shook the world with its improvisational style and expressive melodies. Jazz was a fusion of blues, ragtime, and traditional African music, a testament to the power of cultural exchange in shaping music genres. From the tribal beats echoing in the wilderness to the elegant tunes of classical music, the foundation of music genres was taking shape. This journey through the genesis of music genres is just the beginning. As we move forward, we'll delve deeper into the evolution of music, exploring how these early influences have shaped the hit songs we know and love today. As we move into the mid-20th century, a new genre rocks the world: rock and roll. This was an era marked by cultural shifts, and music was no exception. Rock and roll emerged in the 1950s, a boisterous and rebellious counterpoint to the era's conservative norms. Born from the fusion of rhythm and blues, country music and jazz, rock and roll was a true musical cocktail. It was vibrant, electrifying, and above all, it was a genre that broke boundaries. The birth of rock and roll marked a pivotal moment in musical history, a seismic shift that would forever change the landscape of popular music. At the forefront of this revolution was the charismatic and electrifying Elvis Presley. With his sensual voice and kinetic stage presence, Presley became the face of rock and roll. His music, which blended elements of blues, country, and gospel, resonated with a generation eager for change. Elvis Presley wasn't just a singer, he was a cultural phenomenon, a symbol of the rock and roll movement that was sweeping across the world. But rock and roll was not a static genre. Like a river, it flowed and evolved, branching out into various subgenres. Hard rock, for instance, emerged in the late 1960s, boasting a heavier, more aggressive sound. Bands like Led Zeppelin and AC/DC took the raw energy of rock and roll and amplified it, pushing the genre to new heights. Then came punk rock, a genre that embodied the spirit of rebellion. With its raw, stripped-down sound, punk rock was a stark contrast to the polished production of mainstream music. It was a genre that wore its heart on its sleeve, a musical outcry against societal norms. And let's not forget metal, a genre that took the intensity of hard rock and cranked it up to 11. With its heavy guitar riffs and powerful vocals, metal was a genre that pushed the boundaries of what music could be. The rock and roll revolution had set the stage for a flurry of new genres. It was a movement that demonstrated the transformative power of music, a testament to the endless possibilities that arise when different genres collide. Enter the 1960s and 70s, a time of musical experimentation and the birth of pop. This era was a kaleidoscope of sounds, with artists exploring new ways to express themselves through song. It was a time of cultural revolution, and the music of the period reflected this beautifully. One band that truly embodied this spirit of innovation was the Beatles. Hailing from Liverpool, England, these four lads took the world by storm with their unique blend of rock and pop. They brought a fresh perspective to the music scene, incorporating elements of jazz, blues, and even classical music into their tracks. Their experimentation with different genres was unprecedented, and it revolutionized the way we understand and appreciate music today. But the Beatles were not alone in this journey. Artists like the Rolling Stones, the Beach Boys, and Bob Dylan were also pushing the boundaries of genre. They infused their music with elements of folk, country, and R&B, creating a hybrid sound that was both familiar and new. This fusion of genres was not just about creating new sounds, it was about challenging norms, breaking barriers, and embracing diversity. This trend continued into the 70s, with artists like David Bowie, Queen, and Elton John further blurring the lines between genres. Their music was a melange of rock, pop, soul, and funk, creating a sonic landscape that was rich and varied. These artists were not afraid to take risks, and their boldness paid off. They created some of the most iconic and enduring songs of the era, songs that continue to inspire and influence artists today. The 60s and 70s were a turning point in music history. They marked the dawn of pop and the fusion of genres. They gave us a glimpse of what music could be when artists dared to think outside the box. This era was not just about making hit songs, it was about making a statement, about exploring new horizons, and about pushing the boundaries of what was possible in music. The fusion of genres was becoming a popular trend, paving the way for the music we listen to today. Fast forward to the present day, where the lines between genres are blurrier than ever. In the modern music scene, artists are not only influenced by a multitude of genres, but they are also actively blending them, creating a unique sound that is truly their own. Take Billie Eilish, for instance. She's a prime example of a contemporary artist who masterfully combines elements of pop, electronic, and indie music. Her innovative approach to music has resulted in a distinctive sound that defies traditional genre classifications, proving that the essence of music is not confined to rigid genre boundaries. But what has led to this genre mashup in the modern music landscape? A significant factor is the rise of the internet and streaming services. These platforms have given artists unprecedented access to a vast array of music from all corners of the globe, breaking down barriers and opening up a world of inspiration. In the past, music was often categorized by region or culture, but today, with the world at our fingertips, artists can draw on influences from a multitude of genres, regardless of geographical or cultural boundaries. This has led to a rich tapestry of music that is as diverse as it is dynamic. Moreover, streaming services have also played a pivotal role in this genre fusion. With algorithms recommending songs based on listeners' preferences, artists now have the opportunity to reach a wider audience than ever before. This has led to a democratization of music, where artists are rewarded for their creativity and originality, rather than fitting into a specific genre. In this era of genre fluidity, artists are constantly pushing boundaries and blending styles. They are redefining what it means to create music, resulting in a vibrant and diverse soundscape that continues to evolve and grow. So as we delve into the myriad influences shaping the music we love, we realize that the beauty of music lies in its ability to transcend boundaries, to connect and to inspire. Today, the evolution of music genres continues, with artists constantly pushing boundaries and blending styles. So what does this evolution tell us about the nature of music genres? Well, it tells us that music, like life itself, is in a constant state of flux. It's a living, breathing entity that grows and evolves over time. Genres are not static, isolated categories, but dynamic and interconnected expressions of our shared human experience. They cross-pollinate, influence each other, and often blur the lines between what we traditionally understand as separate musical styles. Consider the groundbreaking fusion of rock and pop in the 1960s, led by the likes of the Beatles. This wasn't just a blending of sounds, it was a cultural shift that changed the face of music forever. Similarly, Michael Jackson's incorporation of funk and R&B in the 1980s wasn't an isolated event. It was part of a larger trend of genre blending that continues to shape the music we listen to today. Fast forward to the present day, and we see artists like Billie Eilish pushing the boundaries even further, mixing pop with elements of electronic and indie music. This constant evolution, this willingness to experiment and innovate, is what keeps music fresh and exciting. But it's not just about the artists, it's about us, the listeners too. Our tastes and preferences evolve over time, often in response to broader societal trends and events. We seek out new sounds, new experiences, and in doing so, we become active participants in this grand musical journey. So as we look back at the evolution of hit songs from the early days of rock and roll to the genre-bending tracks of today, we see a reflection of our own ever-changing world. We see the power of music to connect, to inspire, and to tell the story of our collective human experience. Indeed, the beauty of music lies not just in its melody, but also in its ability to evolve, adapt, and inspire. Before we bid adieu, if you've enjoyed this enlightening voyage through the symphony of sound, we invite you to become part of our growing community. Don't forget to hit the like button if this video struck a chord within you. Share it with your friends, family, and fellow music enthusiasts to spread the harmony. And most importantly, subscribe to the Mighty Mosh channel. By doing so, you'll ensure you never miss out on our future explorations into the fascinating world of music. We have a lot more in store for you. The untold stories of iconic musicians, the evolution of instruments, and the impact of digital technology on music production. We'll continue to dissect and discuss the ever-changing landscape of music genres. And who knows? You might discover your new favorite tune right here. So stay tuned, keep the rhythm alive, and embark on this never-ending journey of musical discovery with us. Thank you for watching, and remember, the music doesn't stop here. Keep the music playing and let the world dance to your beat.